Welcome to the Easy Show.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the Easy Podcast. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Like and subscribe. I'm here with my mother again. It's our podcast, just for those who aren't aware. So yeah, today we're supposed to be talking about fears, right?
Yeah.
So what's your biggest fear? I mean, you older now, so your fears
Actually,
done
I want
changed.
to say something about the last episode.
Yeah.
Um, how I had got into it with my coworker. So
She had an altercation, like I said.
But I did end up apologizing when I woke up the next morning
Mm-hmm.
and I was praying and stuff. I felt convicted about it. The way I felt and thought and everything I said, I mean, I kind of stand by that. I don't change anything. But I was convicted because I shouldn't have been having the conversation in the first place. It's just something that, like, I should have just stayed out of.
Mm-hmm. What
Or
do you
not
mean as convicted? Like you felt
convicted,
bad?
meaning God shows you
You was in the wrong?
where you were wrong,
Yeah.
or it showed me a better way to handle it. So I did end up apologizing to her the next day
Mm-hmm.
and let her know it won't happen again. Because I mean, I shouldn't have even engaged, but so I am wrong sometimes. I'm not always right.
Well, I feel like. Well, what did she say, or how did she
She
respond
was
to it?
like, I appreciate that. I'm very forgiving. She just came in um and she was gonna be mad at me because she holds grudges, but
So how is she forgiving if she holds grudges?
well, I mean, that's just what she said. She says she holds grudges, but
So
I
that
guess if you
means
apologize, then she will.
no. Any person that says they hold grudges, like you
Well,
don't
and
just get over something that quick.
she may still, but I mean, we've been fine since. So if she has some resentment or anything, I mean, that don't have anything to do with me. I did
Mhm.
my part, and she has a choice whether she can forgive me or not, and move on or not. So as far as I'm concerned, we're cool. It seems cool.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so I just apologized and went on about my business. And
Is it hard for you to apologize? Like
mm-mm,
that at all?
no, I like to make things right with people.
Mhm.
So it's not hard to apologize. Do I like being wrong? No. I mean, I don't think anybody likes being wrong, but if I know I'm wrong, then I have no problem apologizing. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, back to fear.
Am I
So,
going first or you going? I feel like you're older now, so like I feel like as you get older, the only fear is like death, probably. So like,
well, a lot of people do fear death.
mhm.
Um, I don't have any fears. I mean, when I was younger, I used to have a serious fear of spiders.
Like a bad fear of
Yeah,
spider.
like couldn't see them on TV or anything.
Are
Like,
you serious?
hmm
Why?
they just.
Now that I'm thinking about it, when we was living at Choctaw Village, and you know them little, I don't know if they were brown recluse spiders. It were like some type of hairy
It doesn't
spiders.
matter. It could be a tiny spider, or big. It doesn't matter. I did not. I still don't like them, but I don't fear them like I used to.
But what is it about spiders you that just
I remember when I was a teenager, young. I don't know how old I was, but I remember being in my room and looking over and seeing this humongous black spider on my wall. It's ugh. To this day, it's just like I remember it wasn't like gigantic, but it was just like fat. Like it
Mhm.
was, I don't know. And it sometimes I think about it, I'm like, oh, did that really happen? Was that in my mind? But I swear I seen this spider and it scared me to death. And I ran out of my room and I went back later and it was gone and I never
Like
seen
seen
it
it
again
again
or anything. But from that moment on, I just had this fear.
of
And then
spiders.
yeah. And then one day I was just like, you know what?
But but I'm confused. Like, what causes this fear? Like, you scared of them to bite you, or just the fact
I
that
just
it's
don't like the way they look. They disgust me. I
mm-hmm.
think they're creepy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they got 6 legs or 8 legs. How many legs they got? 8 legs? 6 legs.
Yeah, they have no. I think ants have like 6 legs, and then spiders have 8 legs.
I think ants have.
No,
Oh
they have
yeah.
4 on each side. I be watching Animal Planet and stuff a lot. I'm pretty sure spiders have 8 legs. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not sure.
Well, I don't. They just look nasty to me. I
Mhm.
don't like them. I will kill one now if it's small. Like that's why I spray so much because I don't even want to see one. And thank
Yeah.
God I found something that like I don't even really see them anymore. But then one day I was just like, I just got to a point where I realized that fear is not a real thing. It's not. It's fake. It's not real.
Why do people? I get why people say that, but why do they say that?
Because like, okay, say, um, I don't know. It's just it's something in your mind. It's just like your imagination or something. It's like
Hmm.
a perceived threat or something
Basically,
like
like
that.
your perspective upon your own world, or like
Yeah.
what you're coming up with in your
Yeah.
mind. So
Now
it's
I have a fear of God, and that's to this day, like that's the only thing I really fear is God, because only He can kill the body and the soul.
hmm
Everything else can just kill your body. Um, so I don't fear dying, but I do. I think I'm a little afraid of how I could die. So like, I almost drowned one time. So I deep water. No,
so you had two near death experiences, is what you're telling me.
probably. I
Because the
don't.
car crash and then
Yeah, that and then the drowning thing. The drowning thing almost makes me believe in parallel universes because I'm just like I don't even like my whole life flashed before my eyes. I don't know how I survived that. I mean, I know what happened, but it just seems like did that really happen? You
that's
know
how
what
I
I
feel
mean?
about the car crash. Like, what if
Yeah.
we just like,
So deep water, even though I can swim and even then I could swim, but I don't like deep water and I don't like heights.
hmm
So um I dream sometimes about being it's something about heights. It's just
you never go
give me that.
skydiving?
No, I went parasailing, and in my mind it was like a good idea, but when I got up there, I was like, why am I up here in the sky
So you can do
over this ocean?
you could do roller coasters and stuff, right?
Yeah, but it's still like how you're going up real slow and you get to the top. Like I'm afraid, like I get this pit in my stomach, but
As you're going up the roller coaster.
yeah, and you're just high. Like in situations like that, I just try not to look down. So I'm
That's
not
what's the
I'm
point
not
of you?
so afraid that I won't do things, but I mean, I don't like heights
Yeah.
and I don't like deep water. So I guess, that's because there's a perceived threat that it could kill me.
hmm
So I'm not really afraid to die, but I'm afraid of how I will die.
Yeah.
So
I think I think if we understood that, I don't know, I feel like death isn't as bad as it has that like perception. Because like we're all like I feel like as you grow up in the world, like death is kind of like forced as like a trauma thing. Like you see it through movies, how people die.
yeah.
It's just like really always been perceived or portrayed as like a scary thing or something that's like terrible. So I feel like maybe it's not that way. It could be peaceful. Cause like I said, when we was
Mm.
down in a car crash, or not dying, but when we was about
Oh,
to
about
die
to
in a
die.
car crash, like when all of it was happening, I wasn't even like feeling nothing. I was just like, well, I'm about to die.
Yeah,
So it's just
I
like I don't really think death is as scary or
like if you really think you're gonna die. It's not
yeah,
like
like or just in general, I feel like it's more peaceful because it's like balance, just life and death, like it has to happen. Like I don't think it's too terrible. It's just a natural process of life. So,
well, a lot of people have a legit fear of death.
hmm
In the car wreck, I had no doubt that we were gonna die. Like I knew we were gonna die, and I
hmm
was not scared at all. Like there was nothing. It was just peaceful, like you said. It was just like, oh well, this is it. But when I almost drowned, like that, it wasn't peaceful. That was scary. Like it was like I seen my whole life flash before my eyes. Like literally like a movie. It just flashed before my eyes,
hmm
and then like trying to call out for help, but your lungs are full of water, and you can't yell, so you feel like nobody can hear you, and it was a scary feeling. There
Okay, so
was
that's
nothing peaceful about that, even to the
I
point
mean, you're
where
drowning,
I
so it's
even seen them like when it was happening. I even seen like the ambulance arriving, like them giving me CPR, trying to save me. Like I seen from the start to the finish.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very scary. I don't to this day. I was thinking about that like last night, and I'm like, how did they hear me? Like they were so like the people I was with, Antonio Love, I don't know if you know him,
Mm-hmm.
and Alan Simpson.
Yeah.
They saved me and Mikey
Yeah.
because I grabbed onto Mikey and we both started drowning.
Like on SpongeBob.
But yeah, but they were so far ahead of us. Like we swam out to this buoy when we were just chilling out there, and when we were swimming back, like I got a leg cramp and I just could not, like my legs just would not work. And so I grabbed onto Mikey and we both just started drowning. And just remember like trying to scream for help, but couldn't. I couldn't. And it just seemed like they were so far away. So I'm like, how did they get back that fast?
Yeah.
Like I never really ever talked about that either. Like
Yeah, I never knew that about you. I never
yeah,
knew
I
you
never
almost
talked
died three
about
times.
it, but it's probably the near death experience that I like. It was terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know how
I can
I
see how that's
lived.
scary. Cause it's
Yeah.
painful, like, but I feel like in a car crash, it was just like we were just rolling,
I
and
think it was scary because I felt like somebody could help me, but there's no way I could call for help.
okay,
And then the car crash, it was just like
that happened
that,
so
that
fast.
was like
Like,
this is gonna happen. There's nothing you can do about it. So
yeah,
maybe that was the difference. I don't
that
know,
wasn't
but
even the scariest part of the car crash. The scariest part was landing and then figuring out if everyone's alive. That was the scariest part.
the scariest part is when we stopped and I was like, oh, I didn't die, and I'm like, ooh, did everybody else live?
That's when I
And
think about that.
that was scary because I was like,
When I think about that,
somebody ain't alive.
that's crazy. Cause she was like, "Is everyone okay?" And everyone answered.
I said, somebody give me a phone. I was like, Mom. We landed upside down.
Just straight adrenaline.
Yeah, like everybody's phone was just busted. But I was like, my first thought was like, somebody give me a phone.
But we were meant to survive that because my ID was right outside.
No,
of
I said, I made sure everybody, like I heard everybody's voice. And then I said, somebody hand me a phone.
Yeah.
Somebody said, Mom, we ain't got no
That's bad. That's bad right there, Mom.
That car crash, I mean, then it was crazy, but now it's so like it's one of our best memories together.
It's one of our best memories, but like
And we laugh about it
it's
now.
just so surreal because like we really here. So yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to fears,
I know car crash was before you even was in a car crash. A car crash was like your biggest fear. You used to talk about it. You
yeah,
said you
you
used
know
to have
why?
dreams about it.
Because I seen it on TV. Someone died on TV from a car crash. Like I was like 9 or 8 watching like something on like one of the network channels, and it was like a crazy car crash. And I was ever since then I was scared. That's what I'm saying. Like how death is portrayed. Like you see stuff on TV that can like be a big part of your fears and
Yeah.
stuff.
And then you were so afraid of car crashes, and then we had one. I remember you said, if I could survive that, I could survive anything. And then I made you like a day or two later drive because I was like, okay, if he was already had this fear and then this happens, if I don't like make him drive right away, this is
I
gonna
remember
ruin
I
him.
said I'd never drive again. I never drive on interstate.
So you
again.
were driving like what 2 days later? I had you back on the road. Really, I had no choice though, because I mean my shoulder, but yeah. So I didn't want that to ruin you.
Mhm.
But for a long time after that, I had like it was a traumatic car accident, and so like anybody blowing a horn or just I had fear on the road a little bit.
Mhm.
But I mean, fear literally is if you can just realize that fear is not real and do what you're afraid of anyway, fear like turns into fuel. Like it
Yeah.
can be the fuel that drives you.
I
So
understand that, but I feel like when it comes to fears, mine isn't like. Well, I feel like there's like I feel like there's like fears from like the outside world, and then I feel like there's fears like you have within your own
okay,
life.
so what do you fear?
I fear, um, not being disciplined in life, not being able to manage my life, not being able to like provide for myself, or
So
just
like fear of failure.
yeah, like being all over the place. Like I don't want to be 40 and be like I wasted so much, like have a whole bunch of regrets basically. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I feel like that's my biggest fear is just not being able to manage my life, take care of myself, and for people like who's around me. Um,
Okay.
yeah, and just not being disciplined. I feel like that's like my biggest fear because it's just like I don't know, life will just be 10 times harder on you.
I used to have a fear of failure to the
Mhm.
point where it was like I would rather, if I didn't know for sure that I could do something and succeed at it, I would rather just not even try.
What do you mean? Wait, say that one more time.
If I wasn't 100% sure that I could do something and succeed, I would rather not try so
Yeah.
that I wouldn't have to fail. But of course, I mean, you grow and mature, and now
Mhm.
I know like failing is not really failing,
Mhm.
because when you fail, you learn what not to do, or you learn how not to do something, and then you can take that and help somebody else, to keep them from making that same choice or whatever. So, um, it's not, there's no real rational fears, I don't think,
Mhm.
in this world, in this life. I only fear God. That's it. And
Yeah.
it's like a healthy fear. It's like a fear that, it's a fear because I recognize his power and just, I mean, if you really think about the world, the earth, the universe, everything, just like how powerful God is.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, there's a fear that, man, well, he created us, so
Yeah. You could get
yeah.
taken out anytime. But I
So
feel like out of like my life, like my other fears, like outside, it would be like a plane crash. But I feel like that's the scariest thing. A plane crash or car crash, those two.
really?
Yes, a plane crash is. I think it's because like when I've been in a plane and now like the first time I experienced turbulence, I was looking around like, why are people tripping on this plane right now? I'm like, we're literally about to crash and go down because I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Because like when I had flew with you, we didn't really have turbulence for real.
Yeah.
But like on my own, I just feel like that's it. I think anything where you don't have control, like you're just out of control of like what's happening, I feel like I just fear that. Like you getting on the parachute, but then your parachute like snaps and you just falling from the ground. Like it's just anything like with like just not being in control. I feel like plane crash is probably number one. Besides like I already experienced a car crash, so like I'm still scared of that. But I feel like plane crash is just different.
Mm.
Cause it's just like
Um,
you dying and it's a long
but
drop.
you don't have a fear of flying though.
Nah.
Okay, so then you're fine. I think anybody's gonna.
Hmm.
That's like a
But
normal
I'm just saying if the plane,
reaction.
yeah.
But if you had a fear of flying, that would be different,
Mhm.
because it's not real. It's in your head. Like, I mean, you have a better chance of dying in a car crash than a plane crash. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's not like that fear is irrational.
Mhm.
Um, so
Or another one would be like dying really sick and you just have a slow death, like you in a hospital.
I don't think
That would be terrible, bro. Especially when you know you're dying and you're finna die in a hospital. It's just like
I don't know if people are really afraid to die or fear dying, or they just fear not existing anymore, because
that's
like
what it is.
I believe that this life is not it for me.
What you mean?
Like when this body I'm in dies, like I'm still going to exist. My soul is still going to exist.
Mhm.
So I mean, there's no reason for me to fear, because I'm still going to exist. So I think people, just a
It's
lot
just
of people are afraid that they won't exist anymore.
yeah, it's the I think it's that and it's the fear of the unknown. It's like what we don't know naturally like scares us, like if we're not for certain. Like the certainty of things, like uncertainty, I feel like scares humans.
Yeah. I mean, there's some things that terrify me a little bit,
Mhm.
or not terrify me, but I mean, I'm afraid. It's not like a fear, but I have that emotion of like being scared, like getting married.
That's scary.
It is.
Why is that though? Like just because it's a huge commitment?
Because I don't want to get divorced. I'm afraid of what that heartache of, like, I'm not saying it would happen, but I'm just saying it's possible once you get married.
Oh yeah, you can't rule anything out.
Um,
It's just
so I'm
marriage.
not really afraid to get married. I'm afraid of divorce. So
So you basically scared of like putting your all into something, like developing something like a bond between someone and it not working out.
yeah, I'm afraid to commit to somebody who is not committed. Because once you commit, that's it. I mean, so I'm just afraid to um, commit myself to somebody who's like not willing or able to commit on that same level. And then that's going to result probably in divorce. And I told you I feel emotions strongly. Remember,
Hmm.
man, I would be so crushed. Like
I can understand that,
I
but
don't like to see people get divorced and go through heartache and that type of thing. It just, I have a soft spot for that. Just, I don't want to go through that. So,
Mhm.
of course, staying single is the safe option. Um, and then, like I said, the heights, the depths, in the air, in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be those two places really. I did go snorkeling one time though. It was the best experience of my life. So I don't have a fear to where I'm not gonna get in the ocean in
Yeah.
deep water. So that's why I say I don't really have any fears, but there are some things that, make me a little scared.
Yeah. I feel like everyone that has that though.
Yeah.
But yeah, outside of that, I don't really know what scares me for real. Probably just plane crash, failing, and car crash. That's really it. Yeah. I feel like failing is the worst though, because it's just like failing. Like, no, I'm not just saying failing. Like, of course you're gonna fail in life. Like, you have to accept that. But I'm talking about to a huge level to where there's like basically it's gonna be so hard for you to turn it around, like no turnaround.
But that's I mean, if you got hope, all you need is like just a little bit of hope and faith, just a little bit. If you
Hmm.
got that, then I mean,
Yeah, you're good. I understand that, but like, still failing is scary because it's just like I don't know. Your life is not set up into. I think it's basically like my life not being set up in position to basically do whatever I want. I just want to be able to do what I want every day. That's what I want for my life. If I want to fly somewhere, I want to fly somewhere. If I want to go on my bike, I want to go on my bike. If I want to go swimming, I want to go swimming. Like, I don't want to have to wake up every single day and be like, "Oh, I got to do this."
okay, well, that is a part of discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Doing things that you don't feel like doing or you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So it's unrealistic to just, I mean, I get wanting to just live your life and being able to do what you want to do when you want to do, but you're gonna have to do some things you don't want to do and don't feel like doing to get to that
Yeah, I
point.
understand that. You can't just create your life like that. Like you got to work hard, be disciplined.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
as long as
understand
you're
that.
doing that, then there's no
Yeah.
reason to fear failing,
Mhm.
because eventually you'll get to where you want to be. Now, is it going to happen exactly like you want? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
Is the process going to be like you want it? Probably not. So it's not yeah, I mean, you're not going to fail, but you're probably not going to succeed exactly the way you want to succeed and how you want to succeed. That's
Yeah.
probably what you're more concerned with, or am I
As long as I
wrong?
succeed, I don't care how I succeed. As long as I get there.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you gotta have the discipline
Mhm.
to do that. But not only fear, like, separation from God,
Yeah.
and that's, to me, that's hell. Separation. I don't. People give these explanations of what hell is, but to me, hell is just being separated from God and having no hope that He can do anything for you, save you. You don't even have knowledge of Him. That is the fear I have,
Yeah.
because
Your life will be
I don't
crazy.
want to live 1 second without hope and faith in God. You can pray for courage and just once you just have courage and just do the things that you're afraid to do, like almost immediately you realize like I shouldn't have even been fearful of this.
Yeah.
And you just do it. Like it's like somebody who has a fear of public speaking, you
I like
know.
public speaking.
I know you
I
do.
feel like it's fun.
I had a student about a week ago. I trying to get her to take the public speaking class for her core elective, and she was like, "No," like she was very fearful of
I
that.
don't understand why people are scared of
I
that.
don't know,
It's
but it's
fun
I
to me
mean it's
because
a
it's
real
just like
fear though
if
that people have.
if you could get in front of a crowd and talk, I feel like you can do a lot of things in your life.
I
Like
don't.
I feel like that opens. I feel like that opens up your personality way more, and you're able, like you realize you're able to do way more than you thought you were able to do. Because a lot of people will not do that. That's like one thing a lot of people won't do
What?
is get up in front of people and talk because of opinions or just
I
judgment.
don't like it at all.
Hmm.
Like there's nothing. There's. I don't like it. My last job though, when I had to travel around to the counties and stuff and speak in front of people, I mean, I didn't want to do it at all. But I did it. I mean, it was my job and I felt like it was for a good purpose and you know, I did it because I had to do it and
Hmm.
I thought it would be good for me to just do it. But there's never going to be a time where I want to stand up in front of people and I enjoy that. No, but I will do it if I have to. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, it's one of those things that I know in my head. If I fear that, it's like that's not real. Just get up there and do it. Get up there, you talk for a minute, and then you're fine after
Most
that.
people not even listening anyway.
Yeah.
That's why I feel
Yeah.
like public speaking ain't nothing. Cause like you just gotta realize, like, bro, people are thinking of stuff in their mind. A lot of some people watching you, but most people is just like, I don't
Isn't it
know.
weird though when you're public speaking and like people are to me it's weird and like people actually are looking at you and paying attention to what you say. I'm like,
No,
oh
because I
God.
feel like I just feel like I don't know. That's a good thing. Because I mean I feel like that means you got good presence. If,
Wow. I don't
so
know where you got that from, but you sure didn't get it from
because
me.
I think it's from. Well, I feel like if you want to be a content creator and stuff like that, you gotta
Well,
like
yeah,
stuff
but
like that.
this is easier, but of
Mhm.
course, like people watching me on video, I don't like that either. I
Mhm.
mean, it's easier though because they're not right in front of you looking at you in your eyeballs,
Mhm.
but it's not something I enjoy or like, or I don't know.
I didn't like public speaking until I took my public speaking
I
class, and
remember
then
how much you liked it.
I was like, this is actually fun. I don't know why. It's fun for some
You
reason
like
to.
attention? Do you like attention?
Yeah, I feel like that is a part of it.
I,
I think I just like being able to express my mind and personality in front of other people and like inspire them. So that's why I think I like public speaking.
yeah. All eyes on you. You like all
Yeah.
eyes on you. Oh my gosh.
I think it depends what I'm doing in public speaking though. Like if it's for like a presentation in school, I ain't going to do it. But if it's like something I'm interested towards, like on my talents or something, I'll do it for sure.
But your public speaking class, so you always liked doing that.
At
Mm.
first, at first it was weird, and then I was like, I'm not actually that bad at it. Like it's just you just going up. You just gotta be calm and relaxed. You gotta like throw everything, let go of everything. Like once you let go of judgment and opinion, like when you're public speaking, you gotta let go of judgment.
Like, yeah, what people think about you.
Yeah,
That's
and
that.
then you're good.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm just like, well, I mean,
Because if
don't.
you up there like, oh my god, my hair like this,
Yeah,
or
they're
am
gonna
I?
think what they're gonna think. I
Yeah, you can't
mean,
change it regardless. So it's
right.
just like
So,
go up there, do
but
whatever.
with my job when I had to do a lot of public speaking, like I talked to like different groups and stuff about human trafficking. So it's not like it wasn't like a passion of mine, but it is something like I kind of cared about. I mean, it's a serious issue in our country and all over the world
Hmm.
really. And so it's something that I believed in. Like, I believed in the information I was giving and like helping people and all of that. So that definitely helped.
It was much easier, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
because
Yeah, because you
I
were
cared
interested.
about what I was
That's what I'm
speaking about.
saying. It's
Yeah.
not bad when you actually have an interest towards it.
Yeah. So if I can stand up, if I know what I'm talking about, like even my job now as a RN advisor, I have to have information sessions for students and give. I know my programs. I know what I'm talking about. So I mean, it's not a big deal to stand up in front of them and tell them what I need to tell them. I don't have any fear or anything like that, but it's easy for that. Maybe it is a difference if I really care about what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like,
like if you had to go up in front of 1,000 people and talk about your job or like something you don't really care about, you're not going to like. You're gonna be like, "This is."
you're right, because I remember one time my last job, it was something last minute too, so I didn't have time to mentally prepare and process. But they asked me to go to this church. It was a school, but it was like at a church, Catholic school maybe.
Mhm.
And they said, go to this. They're presenting us with the check or whatever. Go and accept this for us. You don't have to talk or anything. It's only going to be a few people. Go do it. And it was like maybe an hour before. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just like, well, I just go get the check, leave. I get in there. It's like the sanctuary. The whole school is in there. And then they call me up there. I'm standing in like the pulpit. They want me to say some words. When I tell you, I thought my head was gonna explode because I literally got like my vision went blurry because I was just like so caught off guard, and I'm like, oh my god, I did not get to mentally prepare for this. I don't know if it was anxiety or what, but I was like, Lord, please don't let me pass out.
Mhm.
But and I don't even remember what I said. I couldn't tell you anything, but I did it, and it only lasted a few minutes. But
And you felt better after, didn't you? Though you felt good. Like, wow,
no,
I didn't.
I was kind of pissed off about it because I'm like, why they sent me
Because they didn't let you know. That's
right?
why.
I'm like, no, I just don't like when people do you
Because
like
you felt
that.
like you was put on the
Because
spot.
yeah, and it was not even something I should have been doing, but I was just like, I'm gonna do it, whatever.
Hmm.
And yeah, I felt like I was kind of set up, so I was not happy about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, after I kind of like calmed down, and I was just like, oh, it was a good experience, I guess. But I thought I was gonna pass. I thought I was going to pass out
Yeah.
because all those people. I mean, it was crazy. It was a big church too. It was the whole entire school.
Yeah. I
And
feel like it's different with a
I
church
didn't
in
even
front
know
of a
what I was
church.
supposed to say. I didn't know what it was about. Like, I was given no information. All I was told is like, go get this check.
Hmm.
I didn't know why they were giving us the check. I didn't know how much it was for. So you
So
want
what
me to
did you say? That
I don't know. I probably just talked about like the mission of the organization or so, I just
basically
probably
whatever
just
correlated to that.
yeah, to the organization and what we do or whatever.
Hmm.
But I was literally, it was like walking in blindly, man. I was mm.
Yeah.
So
Well, guys, I think this is it for today. Thanks for tapping in. Like and subscribe. Turn on the noties. And we appreciate you guys. Comment below if you want us to talk about any topics. Give us suggestions as well. And I hope you guys have a great night and a great day tomorrow.
Are we
So,
gonna
yeah,
keep doing this? How long are we gonna keep doing this?
I want to keep doing it
Forever?
for a long time.
Really?
I feel like, yeah,
Okay, well
I really do this so when I get older, I can look back.
we gotta get better at recording though.
I know we need to record more.
I know.
We gotta there's gotta be one day where we gotta cause if we want true growth, you do gotta kind of release more.
More. I think
Crazy
once a week is a lot.
for YouTube, once a week. YouTube algorithm is consistency.
Oh.
So like the more you're posting, the more they gonna push your stuff
Well,
out.
we can post shorts.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
just
cool.
post. You're gonna have to step up your game on the shorts.
Oh yeah, I've been liking. Oh yeah,
But yeah.
give me a hug, mom. I love you.
Oh.